Good morning, children. So we are back after a long break. Yes, children. So I hope you have all enjoyed your Diwali vacation. Okay. So today we are going to revise this lesson. Oh, Captain, my Captain. Now, Oh, Captain, my Captain was written by Walt Whitman, an American poet, and he's often been called as the father of free verse. He's best known for his controversial collection of poems Leaves of Grass, and his other popular works include the novel Franklin Evans, the poetry collection Drum Taps, the political work Democratic Vistas, and so on. The poem was first published in the pamphlet sequel to Drum Taps that contained 18 poems on the American Civil War. Now, this is a poem here. O Captain, my Captain. O Captain, my Captain, our fearful trip is done. The ship is weathered every rack, the prize we sought is won. The port is near, the bells are here, the people all exulting, while follow keys a steady keel, the vessel grim and daring. But oh heart, 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 oh the bleeding drops of red, way on the deck my captain lies, fallen cold and dead. O Captain, my Captain, rise up and hear the bells. Rise up, for you the flag is flung, for you the bugle trills, for you the bouquets and ribbon wreaths, for you the shows are crowding. For you they call, the swaying mass, the eager faces turning. Here, Captain, dear father, this arm beneath your head. It's some dream that on the deck you've fallen cold and dead. My captain does not answer. His lips are pale and still. My father does not feel my arm. He's no pulse, no will. The ship is anchored safe and sound, its voyage closed and done. From fearful trap the victor ship comes in with object won. Exult, O shows, and ring, O bells, but I with mournful tread walk the deck my captain lies, fallen cold and dead. So I hope, children, you remember what we had done, okay, in the previous session. Now, here's a summary of this poem, okay. So, Whitman's O Captain, My Captain was published on November 4th, 1865 in the Saturday Press after the assassination of Lincoln on April 14. Now, this poem is an elegy, or in other words, it's also called a mourning poem, and it's an extended metaphor which is written on the assassination of Abraham Lincoln. Now, the captain in this poem represents the assassinated president. The ship represents the war-weathered nation following the Civil War. The prize won represents a salvaged union. The poet, who's torn between the relief and the despair, captures America's confusion at the end of the Civil War. It was a time of many conflicting sentiments, and he immortalizes this sense of uncertainty in the poem. Now, the sailor in the poem addressed the captain and at once celebrates the safe and successful return of the ship. And at the same time, he mourns the loss of the captain. In the first stanza, the speaker expresses his relief that the ship has reached the home port at last, and also describes hearing people cheering. And in spite of all the celebrations on the land and also the successful voyage, the speaker reveals that his captain's dead body is lying on the deck. In the second stanza, the speaker pleads and implores the captain to rise up and hear the bells, wishing very much that the dead man could witness the elation. Everyone adored the captain, and the speaker admits that his death feels like a horrible dream. In the final stanza, the speaker juxtaposes his feelings of mourning and pride. Okay, so this was the summary of this poem. Now, here I've taken the entire poem and we have got some questions which you're going to answer now. Okay, I've taken the entire poem from "O Captain, My Captain" to "Fallen, Cold and Dead." Okay, so I've taken the entire poem here. Okay, so "O Captain" till the last line here, "Fallen, Cold and Dead." The first one, in what two ways is the voyage closed and done? Okay, so in the first, okay, so here the poet talks about the voyage, okay, which is closed and done. Okay, so what does this mean? So the voyage is closed and done. Okay, firstly, it is the end of the battle. Okay, the civil war has just ended. And secondly, it is referred to as the life of the captain. Okay, then second question is, while everyone is celebrating on the show, what is the speaker doing? Okay, so there's a lot of celebrations on the show. People are very, very happy that America has won the war. Okay, so but what is the speaker doing? The speaker is mourning the loss of his captain. The third one, what do the bleeding drops of red mean figuratively and literally? Now, bleeding drops of red figuratively means all the bloodshed that happens during the battle. Okay, so all the bloodshed that takes place during any battle as such. So here, bleeding drops of red figuratively mean all bloodshed that happens during the battle, and literally it means that it is a captain lying in a pool of blood. Then fourth one, the poem ends with a refrain, fallen, cold and dead. How does this refrain contribute to the mood of the poem? Okay, so look at that. Here we have the line, it's some dream that on the deck you're fallen, cold and dead. Okay, so now the poem ends with a refrain, fallen, cold and dead. And it emphasizes somber mood in spite of the victory. Okay, so in spite of the victory, this line talks about the somber mood. Okay, the fifth one, name and explain the figure of speech. The ship is anchored safe and sound. So the figure of speech here is alliteration, because the sound of letter S, okay, ship is anchored safe and sound. Okay, this sound is repeated for greater poetic effect. The second one, you have fallen, cold and dead. So here the figure of speech is tautology, because words of the same meaning, cold and dead, are used in the same line. Okay, so cold and dead, so both these have the same meaning and these are used in the same line, so it is tautology. Okay, so children, I hope you have understood this poem well. Okay, so please go through the poem again. Okay, now, so in case you have we have got, these are the only two figures of speech I have given here. There are many other figures of speech. You also can go through the, we have already discussed about the rhyme scheme. Okay, the rhyming pattern, okay, scheme, the rhyming words, etc., that we have used in the poem. Okay, so go through the poem again. Okay, till then, thank you.